Welcome back to another episode of The Soulless. I don't even want to talk about last night. At least the Warriors came back, so the pick of the day hit. But we're not even talking about last night. Today's a new day. I got 5 picks coming in this episode, so let's get right to it.
Welcome to The Source. Hey, get the source. The source. Source. The source. Hey, get the source.
First game up, Toronto Raptors at Milwaukee Bucks. This game opened Milwaukee minus 6.5 and some early sharp money in on the Bucks. As of 9 a.m., 90% of the money in on Milwaukee. Now later in the day, the tiniest little shift in money would go from Milwaukee to Toronto, and I mean a 5% shift. Yet the line would drop. The consensus line would drop a half point from 6.5 to 6. It seems like the books didn't want to sell any Toronto tickets. Just say from 10% to 15%, and the line drops a half point. For the pick, listen, it's the Bucks, and they're at home, so obviously they're capable of showing up at any time. But the truth is, the Raptors are playing way better basketball than the Bucks recently, by far. Bucks are on like a 4-game losing streak. So give me the Raptors here. I'll take the 6 points. I'd like them to win this game, actually. Still no Drew Holiday for the Bucks. Raptors plus 6. Let's lock it in just for 1 unit. If anything changes, I'll tweet it out and put it on my Instagram story. Let's move on to the next game. All right, next game up, Lakers versus Nets. This game is out in LA. Line opened Lakers minus 2.5, and actually early bets and money came split pretty much down the middle. For the rest of the day, though, it would be all Lakers money. Here we are in the afternoon, and 75% of the money is in on the Lakers. Now, the actual bets are still split down the middle, which means a lot of that money is sharps. Sharps like the Lakers minus 2.5 here. Listen, both of these teams make me uncomfortable right now. The Lakers without Anthony Davis, the Nets without Kevin Durant. I'm going to take the Nets here, though. I'm going to take the 2.5 points on the road. Give me Brooklyn plus 2.5. I think Kyrie shows up big. Let's lock it in for just 1 unit. If anything changes, I will tweet it out and put it on my Instagram story. You already know. Next game. Next up, we got the Kings versus Heat. Heat still on that long West Coast road trip. Last night they played the Warriors. Now they're in Sacramento. This line opened up Kings plus 1.5. And bets and money came in pretty split down the middle. As the day progressed, the money would be slightly shifting towards the Kings. Not significant at all, but the books did move the line from 1.5 down to 1. For the pick, I still have the Heat on auto fade here. They blew that lead last night. They lost an overtime game on back-to-back nights. Both road games, they're going to be tired. I'm going to take the Kings plus 1 here. Let's lock it in for 2 units. If anything changes, Twitter, Instagram story next game. Next up, Big Ten basketball. We got Wisconsin versus Iowa. This line opened up Wisconsin favored at home. Wisconsin minus 1.5. Early bets and money, though, came in favoring the Hawkeyes. As the day progressed, we would see some Wisconsin money come in, and that would cause the line to move from 1.5 up to Wisconsin minus 2. Even though it wasn't that much money, and I think as of now, the money is still slightly favoring Iowa, like 55% or something, but the line moved, which means the books might like Wisconsin here. Listen, I'm fading the Hawkeyes here. I'm going to take Wisconsin. Iowa has not looked like the same team since Luka Garza stopped being Luka Garza. He's still a great player, but for the first half of the season, he was by far the best player in the country. Now, he has off nights. He does not look like the same player, and as a result, Iowa doesn't look like the same team. Wisconsin, on the other hand, is the complete opposite. Wisconsin is a way better team now than they were earlier in the season. Give me Wisconsin minus 2. Let's lock it in for 2 units. Anything changes, I will tweet it out and put it on my Instagram story. Next game. Next game up, Ohio State is on the road at Penn State. This line opened up Penn State plus 5. Bets came in slightly favoring the Buckeyes. Money was all over the Buckeyes. As of 9 a.m., 77% of the money in on Ohio State. As we move on through the day, though, some Penn State money would come in, which is bringing the bets and money pretty close to even. And the line would react. The books dropped it from 5 to 4.5. So right now, bets and money looking right down the middle, and the line we're looking at is Penn State plus 4.5. Listen, for the pick, the obvious pick is Ohio State, but Penn State has lost a lot of close games where they covered the spread as underdogs, and the games on the road, Ohio State's due for a down game. I'm going to take the Nittany Lions here. I'm going Penn State plus 4.5. Let's lock it in for 2 units. If anything changes, I will tweet it out and put it on my Instagram story. Last but not least, the parlay of the day. All right, parlay of the day, like I always say, I don't advise you bet this. I'm only saying it because everyone asked me for it. I'm going to say Penn State money line, parlayed with Raptors money line, which puts the payout at, I think it's 735. Yes, plus 735. Raptors money line, Penn State money line, plus 735. Everyone, we're gonna get this money back. Today and tomorrow are gonna be 2 winning nights. May the sauce be with you.